I know that it's been a while before I did a week recap video or any video for that matter. I don't know, life has been happening and just going through it in the best way I know how. It's good to be back and getting back into the swing of things as far as the blog, and I really missed you guys because you're the ones that keep me going. So thank you for your support during my absence. I really do appreciate that. The first thing that I started with is a podcast with the Debbie L. London. She is an author and a generational curse breaker. I was really excited about it because I read her book, Residue: Surviving and Overcoming the Stains of Generational Curses and Ties. I drew interest on this because I always wondered about the things that I've inherited, the ideas, the moves, and yes, everything is not inherited. There are some things that we have learned or created during our life, but what I'm interested in is the things that we really don't know what's going on. We really don't know why we react a certain way. It can be things such as alcoholism, addiction, or it could be just attitudes or abandonment issues or mental inheritance. Things that we battle with that experience didn't give us, so to speak. And I was so elated when she said yes to my offer to interview on my podcast. So check out that podcast. It's really enlightening, and she gives a lot of life nuggets in it. And I was just so, I don't know, in awe of her wisdom that I just, really had anything to say. I was just taking it all in because she was really speaking to me for real. So you can check that out on the BYOK podcast. It is found on all streaming platforms, and I have the links to the major platforms in the description box. So before I go into other topics that are a little unhappy or unfunny, I just wanted to bring up something that was brought to my realization by looking at another YouTube video. So I'm sure you all know Peppa Pig. She is this cartoon on, I don't even know what network she's on, but I know that my goddaughter loves Peppa Pig. What I didn't know about Peppa Pig is she's all about the shade. Like, I saw a video of Peppa Pig talking to her best friend about knowing how to whistle. Anyway, I don't even want to tell you what happened. I want to show you what happened. So check this out.
What's wrong, Peppa?
I can't whistle, but everybody else can.
Never mind. I'm making cookies. Would you like to lick the spoon?
No, thank you, Mummy. Can I ring Susie Sheep instead?
Okay, Peppa. Hello, Mrs. Pig. Hello, Mrs. Sheep. Can Peppa talk to Susie, please?
Hello, Susie.
Hello, Peppa. What are you doing?
I'm learning to whistle, but I can't do it yet.
That sounds hard.
It's impossible. Can you whistle, Susie?
No.
Oh, good. I mean, that's sad if you can't whistle, but good because I can't whistle.
What's whistling anyway?
You put your lips together and blow.
Like this? Hello, Peppa?
Oh, the shade of it all. I thought that was hilarious. Like, how is she going to get mad because her friend knew how to pick up whistling better than she could? And I know what's funny is I know a lot of us feel that way when we're trying to do things and it comes easy for someone else who didn't even care about it. You just want to hang up. Get mad about it. I don't know, it's funny. Like, I feel like that's a kid movement. Like, kids are super honest, and they don't really hide how they feel at all. And that's what I love about children. Like, when you get older, you have all these rules and ethics. Like, yeah, you're not supposed to hang up on people when you're mad about something, but we do it. It's not an ethical thing, but we do it over stuff maybe when we don't have anything to say afterwards, or we're trying to avoid, making the situation worse. In this case, Peppa was just salty, just super, super salty. So I thought that was funny, and I thought I'd share this with you because the rest of the topics I'm talking about are not funny at all. So moving right along, now that we're already with the childhood characters, I just want to transition into Dr. Seuss. First of all, my sister told me about the controversy around Dr. Seuss and how racist he was. I didn't even know that. And when I found out about it, I was just like, throw my whole childhood away. Like, seriously, just throw my entire childhood away. I grew up on Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss books are the reason why I can even read today. I love the colors. I love green eggs and ham. What is it? Cat in a Hat? Come on. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I just couldn't believe that Dr. Seuss' early pictures and even some depictions in his book were just totally, just flat out racist, so I made it even worse, and I googled some of the old pictures, and I was just dumbfounded by these depictions. And as you can see, I'm showing them as I'm talking right now. It's pretty disturbing, and I feel like he should be banned, but he's also left a footprint in children's books. So kids are not really interpreting the racism, but when you become an adult, you're just like, I don't want my kid to read this. Like, it was no innocence behind this at all. So I don't know. I'm still trying to deal with it. I was really distraught about this because Dr. Seuss is like my entire childhood. So what are your thoughts on this? Just leave it in the comments, because I'm curious to know if you were a big Dr. Seuss fan growing up, and if you knew about this, like, how does that make you feel? Does it change your whole idea of the book series of the author? So just let me know what you think about that. So now I want to touch upon what's been going on the past couple of weeks. Unfortunately, the police brutality has continued. And I believe this last one with Floyd, where I believe it was three police officers on this poor guy, this unarmed guy, and they were on him until he couldn't breathe and he suffocated. I think this was the straw for America. Unfortunately, there have been, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, there have been protests and looting all over the United States. I was looking at the news today, and I saw that downtown Chicago, which is my city, has been destroyed due to this protesting, and now they're thinking of incorporating martial law and calling the National Guard, and we all know that just leads to disaster. Here's a little excerpt of the news that I saw regarding this.
FBI team shot by a resident with a bird's eye view of chaos on the Magnificent Mile, Ferragamo, and Zara under siege by looters. A top Chicago law enforcement official tonight saying city police didn't know that downtown was going to be targeted by well-organized smash and grab rings intent on using nonviolent protesters as cover. Similar scenario playing out in big cities across the country. Police Superintendent Brown and Mayor Lightfoot say when the protesters left, the looters started in.
There clearly was coordination. They were clearly listening to radio traffic. The number of U-Haul trucks that magically showed up in front of stores, car caravans that dropped people off who broke into windows and then were hustling the goods out into the backs of the cars. Absolutely, it was organized. There's no question whatsoever about that.
Tonight's mission, prevent a repeat. The security strategy of cutting off downtown from masses of people by closing exits, then flooding the zone with police. National Guard troopers part of the plan. Guard vehicles seen here at Guaranteed Rate Field being used as a Southside staging area. The National Guard request from City Hall approved by Governor Pritzker.
So I have activated 375 members of the Illinois National Guard to carry out a limited mission
This honestly saddens me because I just don't understand why America just can't do something about this police brutality, why they can't strengthen the laws against them, against these police, where they actually are convicted and justice is served for the innocent that dies. And it's come to the point where now everyone is just ruining their own neighborhoods, and the solution to that is just more violence, and it saddens me. And this honestly saddens me because I just don't understand why America just can't do something about this police brutality, why they can't strengthen the laws against them, against these police, where they actually are convicted and justice is served for the innocent that dies. And it's come to the point where now everyone is just ruining their own neighborhoods, and the solution to that is just more violence, and it saddens me. And then there's that question of, is looting and protesting changing anything? I don't even want to give my opinion on that because I don't want to start an argument on the video, but I feel like I saw a video where the lady said, it was a psychiatrist, and she said that maybe people feel like this is the only way that they can respond to this, because we all just feel powerless to this, and we keep losing people over just unnecessary violence, So it's what else do we do? Looting and breaking into stores and tearing up neighborhoods. I don't see how that help. I know a peaceful protest, I can see that we're exercising our right to freedom of speech, but tearing up our neighborhoods, I don't know how that helps. I don't know how anger can help solve anger. Like I don't know how that. I just don't think it cancels it out. And it just saddens me to see that this is all over the United States, even in Indianapolis. As we speak now, there's going to be a peaceful protest in my city today, and I wanted to go, but I don't know if it's going to turn violent. Like, I'm scared for my life. My sister is saying that she's even having a hard time even finding something to eat, and she feels like, people that are not even a part of this are being affected. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on the protesting and the things that are going on? I really would like to know your thoughts, and please leave them in the comments. And to be honest, the president isn't making it any better. He leaves these very hateful tweets, which it just doesn't make it any better. Like, can you just do one decent thing? Just one decent thing to... I just don't understand. So just check out these tweets that I'm talking about that our lovely president is posting online. And basically, what can I say that haven't already been said? What can I articulate? What haven't already been articulated? How can things change for the better? I'm just racking my brain around it. We have the peaceful side where we hoping for the best and we pray for the best. Then we have the other side, like, by any means necessary, until we get results. And at this point, it's like neither is working. And I don't know. That's why I put in the title, what the Marvin Gaye is going on. Like, literally, what is going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
I honestly don't know. I really don't, and I'm stumped. And my heart is just broken about all that's going on here. And sorry that I'm leaving on such a sorrowful note on this video. It's just what can be done. If you want to have some conversation in the comments, I'm definitely open for it. And I just wish you all peace and love. To just and it's one thing to say, hey, I want you to be your own kind, but people are not even respecting you for your race or your gender or your sexuality. It's just so much prejudice and so much racism out there that we have to focus on the positive. But right now on social media, it's just drenched in so much hatred that, I don't know, it saddens me. So until next time, I'll have a video for you guys next weekend. Hopefully it's on a brighter note. Until then, just be safe and love one another. Bye.